This is your evening news on News Channel 10, WRMS Cleveland, with Carly Luca and Jasmine Brown. Sports with Kyle Lewandowski, and weather with Chris Ballman.
Good evening, I'm Carly Luca.
And I'm Jasmine Giselle. This is your Channel 10 News.
For one Cleveland resident, David Buchanan, a 20-year rape and robbery spree has seemingly come to an end. After already being charged for one case of rape in 2006, Buchanan now faces 4 more charges of rape, along with charges of robbery and kidnapping. The alleged cases have been raised by the processing of rape kits brought to light by the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation and Sexual Assault Kit Task Force. Buchanan already has a history of criminal charges, including kidnapping, drug-related activity, and car theft.
As his death looms ever nearer, his appeal for life has once again been denied. Convicted of murder and sentenced to death in 2011, Anthony Sowell once again stood before the Ohio Supreme Court accompanied by his state-appointed attorney. The defense has recently made the claim that Sowell's death sentence should be reduced to life in prison. The defense attorney claims the press coverage of the Sowell trial has affected the jury's decision to convict. Sowell has been charged with the murder of no less than 11 women, and the death sentence still stands.
An investigation at Chardon High School could bring to light a lurid affair between student and teacher. Ty Merkel, a part-time tutor and coach in Chardon, Ohio, has been put on administrative leave pending investigation of an alleged relationship between himself and one of his students. The school has issued a statement that they will cooperate with the law enforcement to ensure that the matter is dealt with quickly and thoroughly, and that they will in no way tolerate any behavior that jeopardizes the welfare of their students. Merkel has been scheduled for arraignment later this week.
2 people are seriously injured after shots were fired in an Akron home. According to police, 3 children were inside the home when the shots were fired. The police have stated that 2 occupants in the home were returning gunfire after being shot at by 2 unknown men. One occupant was shot twice and the other was shot in the face. The children were unharmed and have been placed in protective custody with Children's Services.
A young man was found dead in a hotel room in Greene, Ohio. 16-year-old Andrew Fry allegedly died from a heroin overdose at the Super 8 Hotel. His mother, Heather Fry, told detectives she wanted to be the fun weekend mom. Her intentions were to celebrate receiving her income tax check by taking her son swimming at the hotel. Summit County Sheriff Steve Berry referred to his death as a senseless tragedy. Berry said they believe Andrew passed away from heroin provided to him by his mother and grandmother. Heather Fry has been charged with involuntary manslaughter, endangering children, and tampering with evidence. Brenda Fry was charged with involuntary manslaughter, drug trafficking, and corruption of a minor.
The Zika virus is causing more alarm than first thought. The mosquito-borne virus is becoming a major threat to pregnant women, causing microcephaly where the newborns have unusually small brains. Brazil has been the epicenter of this outbreak over the last year, and most of Latin America and the Caribbean are high-risk travel areas. The CDC has discouraged pregnant women from traveling to these destinations. In adults, the Zika virus is known to cause neurological damage. The president has asked Congress to allocate $1.9 billion for research, treatment, and prevention of the virus. Coming up after the break, updates on the Amber Alert for a local teenager.
And do we have a warm-up coming? Chris has your forecast coming up. Welcome back to the Channel 10 News. I'm Carly Luca.
And I'm Jasmine Giselle.
A massive thunderstorm emerged over Dallas on Monday, producing a hailstorm with hail larger than a baseball. The hail blasted homes and cars, causing extensive damage to the area. This storm follows a similar occurrence just a couple weeks prior, when Dallas suffered another hailstorm which caused as much damage. Many homeowners are devastated by the repair process, as they are having to go through it again after just completing repairs to the windows on their cars and homes from the last storm's damages.
And now, Chris Boffman with this weekend's weather.
And Carly, for the temperatures now, we have 82 Elyria, 80 Cleveland, up along the lake in Mentor, 77 degrees, 76 Ashtabula, 75 Warren, Akron 78, down in Worcester 80 degrees, Canton 77, and Mansfield 81. For the record, today's high was 82 degrees with a low of 64. The normal is 78 degrees with a low of 59 degrees. A record high in 1944, 96 degrees, with a record low of 41 in 1950. And for your 7-day forecast, we have a high on Wednesday at 71 degrees, and as you see, Thursdays with thunderstorms roll in, 84 degrees. Heading into the weekend, the skies will start to clear, and then Saturday and Sunday, 78, 83 degrees, and the warmer weather is going to be coming, guys. Monday and Tuesday, 83 and 87. Back to you, Jasmine and Carly.
Thank you, Chris. After what seemed to many like a 5-year hiatus, Season 6 of HBO's hit series Game of Thrones debuted on Sunday as 10.7 million people tuned in to see who will gain the upper hand in the Battle of the Seven Kingdoms. The show, which is based off of the book series A Song of Fire and Ice by George R.R. Martin, has received rave reviews over the first 5 seasons. The series premiere recapped the previous 5 seasons while setting the storylines for this installment of the series. The remaining episodes for the new season of Game of Thrones air Sundays at 9 p.m. East Coast time on HBO.
One lucky Star Wars fan has made the purchase of a lifetime. Harrison Ford placed the Han Solo jacket from the most recent Star Wars film up for sale at an online auction. The jacket sold for a stunning $191,000. Ford won't be keeping the money he made off the jacket, as he will be donating the proceeds to the NYU Langone Medical Center and the Faces Foundation, which funds research for epilepsy. Ford's 25-year-old daughter Georgia has epilepsy and is being treated at the New York City hospital. When we return, we have Kyle Lewandowski with the sports and a woman's heroic tale of survival in the desert. Welcome back to the Channel 10 News, and now we go to Kyle Lewandowski with the sports update.
Former New Orleans Saint defensive end Will Smith has lost his life after being shot in the back 7 times. The shooting took place after a series of traffic events escalated into a confrontation between Smith and the gunman Cardell Hayes. The 28-year-old Hayes has been charged with second-degree murder and is being held by authorities. Smith's wife, Raquel, was also shot twice in the leg and was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 34-year-old Smith last played for the Saints in 2012. Cleveland.com is reporting that Cleveland Browns wide receiver Josh Gordon has had his petition for reinstatement denied by the NFL. The 25-year-old Gordon was serving his year-long suspension for repeat violations of the league's drug policy when he reportedly failed another drug test last month. Gordon set a franchise record in 2013 when he led the league with 1,446 receiving yards while only playing in 14 games due to a previous suspension. The possibility still remains for Gordon to suit up this fall, as the wide receiver may reapply for reinstatement August 1st. The NBA playoffs are underway, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are off to a fast start after sweeping the Pistons in the first round. After a loss to the Golden State Warriors in last year's NBA Finals, the Cavs are fully healthy and look to be on a mission to bring Cleveland its first championship since 1964. The team seems to have finally figured out how to play with one another, as everybody played a part in the 4-game sweep of the Pistons. Kyrie Irving has come out firing in the playoffs, averaging 27.5 points through the first 4 games. The Cavs will face the winner of the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals, which begin Monday, May 2nd at Quicken Loans Arena. With that, this has been your Channel 10 Sports Update. Back to you, Carly.
Thanks, Kyle. Retired bus driver Diana Bedwell was found alive in the Los Coyotes Indian Reservation northeast of San Diego after a 15-day search. The 68-year-old and her husband, Cecil Knutson, were stranded in a disabled vehicle while going to visit their son in Palm Springs. The son contacted authorities when his parents didn't arrive. An off-road motorist discovered the elderly couple's vehicle in time for Bedwell, who was diabetic, to be airlifted to a hospital and treated for severe dehydration. Her husband died before help arrived. The two were married over 25 years.
Thank you for joining us tonight from WOMS News. I'm Jasmine Giselle.
And I'm Carly Luca. Join us tomorrow.